we're gonna start in just a second, but real fast, I wanted to take a quick selfie with all of you guys in it. We're gonna squeeze in. I'm gonna try to put it on the Skullgirls and Indivisible Twitter and see if this works. So we're working on this little game called Indivisible. Have you guys heard of it? Who's heard of it? We're going to get into a big, juicy bit of the panel that'll be on Indivisible. Oh, he's nice. More beads. Just wanted to remind everybody that you still can contribute to the campaign. If you missed out, thanks to all of our glorious, wonderful, generous backers, which is you guys. You guys are the reason that we're still here and working on these games. So thanks to you guys that we're made it to our funding goal, you can still contribute. So if you felt like you missed out, you still got time. Yeah, let's hear it for you guys. All right. So one of the things that we're going to be doing soon, if you guys saw the update from this past week, we're going to be doing kind of an upgrade campaign to show you guys some of the in development physical goods that you're going to be getting. For those of you who are wondering what they are, and for those of you who might be on the fence about maybe upgrading your tier, or people who didn't contribute to the campaign that want to get in on it still, so you can check those out.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, no, I don't have that.
No, okay, that's fine. Take a look, or sorry, not take a look. Look in your inbox soon for more info on that, including a special message from someone on the team. All right, do we want to start talking about Indivisible?
Sure.
All right. So as I'm sure you guys are aware, we had a bit of a roller coaster campaign. Who here backed? Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
We wanted to talk a little bit about just how the campaign went and what it meant for us, and just so we can convey to you guys how much we appreciate that we're here making these games for you.
Yeah. How many of you guys have done a crowdfunding campaign before? It's hard, right?
Wow, that's a lot more than I
Yeah,
thought.
actually,
Whoa,
it's
hang on.
I thought it'd be like
You
two
mean like
people.
run their own?
Yeah, run
Oh,
their
okay.
own, yeah.
Who here has backed one before? Who here has run their own? Dang, so you guys
Yeah.
know.
It's hard. It's funny because we looked at so many other campaigns and we thought like, okay, this didn't do well, or this did really well, but people weren't happy with it. Like, what did they do that we can change? Like, what would we want to see in the campaign that all of us would back? And one thing was a playable prototype was a big deal. Just as much like transparency throughout the whole campaign as possible. So, we were upfront about like our publisher. We had like a matching deal going on, and we just tried to do like so many things right with this campaign, and then it happened, and it kind of didn't take off the way we expected, which is weird to say because it's weird to just expect anyone to come out and bat for you, but like we tried our best to kind of like hype it up and do everything right. It didn't start off strong at all. It was kind of weird.
I mean, another part of it was that everybody talks about the standard crowdfunding curve. I don't know if you all know that thing, but it's like, first the campaign gets a ridiculous amount of money at the beginning, then nothing happens for a really long time, and then when everybody panics at the end, they get the rest of it. So when we did the Skullgirls campaign, like that was an amazing success, and we knew that was more of a success than most campaigns are, but we didn't know like how much more.
Yeah.
So Indivisible was a little bit of a surprise because it didn't do that at the beginning, and then everybody was just like, yeah, that's it, like right away, which I mean we now learned wasn't the case, but it was weird to experience.
Yeah, I remember. What was it? We were at our art producer Brian's place for we were just eating pizza or something. I don't remember. But it was like the first day of the campaign. I think we got together to watch it like launch. And we were all standing around like, okay, well, what's next? Because this isn't gonna make it. Like, it was just like shrug. I don't know, man. Like it was really weird.
It was pretty sad times. But against all odds, you guys pulled through for us, and we busted our butts to try to keep the campaign going, and you guys totally showed up. And it's I've been at the booth for the past couple of days talking to people who have backed, and probably talked with some of you guys, and it's just really, really humbling. Here, like as soon as someone's like, "Oh man, I'm so excited for the game. I backed for such and such amount," and I'm like, "Oh my God, this person is."
Yeah.
They believe in us. We got to make this game awesome. So, yeah. So we can talk about some of the improvements that we've made, or
Yeah. Should we just talk about where we are in production, or
Yeah.
did you have videos?
I mean,
This is a video.
first?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
We'll
show a
show you
video.
a quick glimpse of some of the
Yeah.
stuff that's changed.
Here we have a video entitled "Combo Video Buddies Together Again," because this was actually made by one of the people that I used to make combo videos with.
Oh yeah. Call 'em
Let's
out,
hope it
man.
works.
So if you go by our booth, you'll be able to see we've got a slightly updated version of the prototype where you can see some of the visual improvements that we've made. Some of you astute viewers could probably pick up that there are like real legit shadows and lighting in the vid there. And so we've been working on updating the engine, adding, as you saw, some new abilities to Ajna. Those of you familiar with Skullgirls and the Endless Beta are already used to seeing like rough sketch white characters. So that's just a little glimpse of our process if you're unfamiliar with that. That's how we do.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to go into a little bit more. Like, we haven't been working on, like, brand new environments. We've been doing, like, a lot of concepting and stuff.
You want to run the slideshow?
Oh, sure.
Okay. I didn't know when I was supposed to.
Do the slideshow.
Do it
Sick.
now.
Doing it.
So you guys got a glimpse in the video. We've been trying
Trying to figure out
to kind of, like, add all the new tech that we want in the final game to the prototype. So, yeah, one of the big things is shadows is a big deal. We never had shadows before in Skullgirls. Everything was just hand painted into the textures. So one of the things we want to do is this just random?
This is the slideshow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just random.
Okay, just random pictures.
It might be a psychic slideshow for all I know.
Sure.
This is the new version.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we have real-time lighting. We're still working on improving it, but it's a big step in making the environments look a lot better, which I know was one of the criticisms in the prototype. And it was just, that's what we could do with the tech we had. So the game will look, I'm hoping, awesome by the end. And we've also just been implementing a bunch of new abilities for Ajna. We're trying to do up front, like everything that she's going to be able to do. Oh yeah, look at him. I don't know if you want to talk about that, Mike?
What?
Abilities?
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to show the shadows and stuff, but I don't know how much time we have for that.
Do it.
I'll
right
do
now.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness, I'll hit F1. No, that was totally the wrong thing. If you could disable F1, I'd be the happiest person ever.
Who here uses F1?
Being that this is a Lab Zero panel and I'm always super organized, give me like 30 seconds. You're actually going to count? Okay, fine.
Now they are.
Please count. Make him feel bad. Whoa, what's happening?
Where are we at? 9,
Count in order.
10, 11, 12,
Wait, there's no video up there
13,
now.
Yeah, I know. I'm
14,
checking to make sure
15,
that you have-
16, 17, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Okay.
Mike, you're fired.
Okay.
Mike.
Okay. Wait,
Wait.
no, that was the wrong thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Come on, thing. Did you thing? You thinged, all right. Here's the thing. I need a mouse cursor for this, but I can totally go over here and do some shadow stuff. Point. Yeah, so this is the interface here. This is not going to be released, so don't even bother.
Yeah, so these are just the tools that we're using to build the levels now. In Skullgirls, we made the levels as just like one set piece, I guess, where there were two sides to the screen, everything, like nothing was modular. So it was just like we can have an illustration and then we just make it 3D and that's the level. But in Indivisible, because it's a Metroidvania, we have to make the levels all just from different blocks. And that's part of the reason why we couldn't make it look as good as Skullgirls was because, we have all these different pieces, but they don't mesh together. And so now, we have this tool that is being worked on that allows us to just build levels in the game. And I'm sorry, you will never be able to play with it. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah, shadows are pretty cool.
Wait, can you play with it real time?
I
Did
just
you?
did.
Oh,
I
sorry.
was the whole time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you get the chance, hop back in the original prototype and you can see the shadows are kind
Which
of
I have.
faked. Do you want to show off
Sorry,
some of
one
the
sec.
weapon thing? Okay.
There's going to be a lot of this. That's not actually true. Oh, no, this isn't even going to be 30 seconds. Don't worry. Yeah.
You guys should still count.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the prototype that you've all seen bunches of times before, which means I have to go through all that or mess it up. Yes. Yeah, so these are what the shadows used to look like, right? This is what the shadows are in Skullgirls, and this is what the environment lighting is with no lighting. He never waits. So these are just rotated sprites. We don't get to do any of that cool stuff that you saw me doing over the last minute. It's a big deal because of things like this. I don't know if you can see, but her leg is on the background. Right, that's fake. So, ta-da. Yay, tech. Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of other graphical features that we get to do since we're actually like trying for 3D this time. Like we have SSAO, which like if you know what it is, great. If you don't, that's fine. But we basically get to pretend like we're trying to do 3D this time, and it's pretty cool.
Are we pretending?
I mean, the characters are still flat, man.
Yeah.
We would have had her the whole time if you hadn't said it.
Sorry. Yeah, you didn't know that. We're actually just doing it for real. There's also, I guess I could do this again. There's also environment lighting, which is like not tweaked at all, but if I go over here, like you can see that the walls are actually being affected by the torches. There was another, yeah.
It's like a disco or something.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, those are lights that originally just affected the sprites in the prototype. So it works right if you just look at Ajna, but they're way too bright on the background because the prototype didn't have any of this lighting on the level at all. So now we get to go fix all of this.
And if you want to come by the booth, you can try out the prototype that has all of these graphical improvements and see some of them in action for yourself. But yeah. Oh, right now?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah. Let's,
Okay,
let's
cool.
head down there. I think they're closed, but we can sneak you guys in.
We're a
Yeah,
big enough group that if we just barged in, like,
Well,
they
what are they
couldn't
gonna
stop
do?
us. Yeah.
I actually have the prototype that's at the build, so you can see. I get to talk about this, right? Like that's what we're supposed to do here.
Talk about the thing.
Okay. So you can see that there are two versions of it. There's old buttons and new buttons because I didn't think I'd get the new buttons done in time, but I did. Yeah, that's right. That actually deserves applause. None of this 30-second. Yes. I'm so good at that now. Does this work? Nice. Okay. So this is the prototype that you are used to.
Oh, well, I want to say it looks weird now because it has the shadows on it.
Yep.
And it wasn't, like, it was painted to not have 3D shadows.
Yeah, we
so
get
now,
people saying
you know.
like, is this nighttime all the time? But it's not. It's just the level is casting shadows on the background. Oh yeah, so things that we've changed since the prototype. There were like 3 or 4 major ones that I wanted to talk about. The first one is, oh yeah, I changed all the buttons. That's right. It's called new buttons. The first one is she has a dash, which is actually an animation. You can do it by pressing the button, just like Mega Man. You can do it by double tapping. It works like you would figure it works. The second thing is that every weapon now has an action button. So like, it used to just be jump and attack. Now we also have action, which is different per weapon. Bare hands is a counter. So, oh hey, no, I don't think so, music. You're great, but no way. But yeah, so bare hands, oh, and I'm gonna have all the tutorials, well that's cool. So bare hands is a counter, which means if the enemy hits you, then you start a fight. Yes, and we get to learn how to play the game during this. So the important thing about counter is that it gives you a ton of bar for every enemy you hit. So like if you screw up, you can save yourself with debug keys. Come on, debug keys. Oh, I don't have them. Cool. All right. We're going to do this for real. Yeah, I'm a scrub. It's okay. All right. So, anyway, the big deal about counter is, after this is over, boink, yes. Hello, debug keys. I would like you. Where are you? Why are you not present? Let me try that again. There we go. Okay, so now I'll have debug keys, which makes me cool. Yes. So, also hustle, which you gotta
Oh, that brings me to a question. Who made it out of the boss pit?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Who even knows what we're talking about? All right. So yeah, Hustle, which was just run before, has been actually animated. She runs so fast she outruns her hair and her clothes. Yeah, that's right. I had actually written down to not say that. So
You gotta
go
write it
me.
before.
Huh?
You have to write that before.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, the next, so I have everybody because I have debug keys. The next major improvement is that if you start a fight by initiative, which means you hit the person, which I didn't, now I can save myself. So if they hit you or you touch them, then the same thing happens in the prototype. Everybody goes to their positions and you start the fight. But if you start it by attacking them, it starts you right in the middle of your turn with, with everything. This is like, that's what I wanted to do, but we didn't have enough time. So it takes you out of the platforming a lot less. See? Oh, nuts. You saw nothing. But yeah, so that one's the major one. Dash is the other major one. And the third one was, so since we have action button for everything, and now I have everything, Axe gets block. Oh yeah, this is the Inner Realm pose. It doesn't do anything yet, but we already talked about the fact that she has Inner Realm, so ta-da.
I'm
but
sorry
yeah.
that she's naked all the time.
No,
We-
she has
we were-
clothes on. See the extra lines?
Oh yeah. So we'll stream or like put up videos of the game. I think the streams are okay. But when we put up videos of the game in progress, we actually got told by the ESRB that we need to give her spandex. So now we draw like sleeves and shorts just to cover up that she's, because it's like when we're animating, we animate the body first just to get the movement down, and then we want to test as soon as possible. So she's naked most of the time, which whatever, I don't care. But the ESRB told us that we couldn't do that before putting videos up. So
Yeah. So the other major thing that pretty much everybody wanted in the prototype was if you're attacking one enemy and you finish them off, it automatically switches targets to the next one. So this was, these were the three things that I wanted to really cover because those were the ones that were like, yes, we know it should work that way. We didn't have time to do it. As far as new buttons go, I'm on a keyboard, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But dash is R1, which I guess for you guys is this side. Weapon switch is L2, and then action is circle. We have PS3 controllers, so action is circle, and Inner Realm is triangle, which is like normally the menu button in RPGs. He always does that. Yeah. So the other things to show you are we have the other two weapons that are in progress. We have bow, which has directional shot. And obviously you can shoot things. Yeah, and the first ability that we've already shown on stream a whole bunch, so it's not really spoiler even, is explosive arrows. New button. Which you can also do in the air. Charge shot hovers you, which makes it easier to target things. Yeah. You don't get any extra distance. You just get extra hang time, which is probably going to be useful anyway. At least I hope so. And we have spear. Yes, I am not used to these new buttons on keyboard at all. That's right. So that's way temp. It just turned out to be the right length. So now we've drawn it as the big square thing because then nobody does that. So spear has a bunch of stuff that you start with. It obviously has regular attacks. It has toss, which makes sense. That's the action for spear. It has upward stab, which also lets you, let me go somewhere useful for this. Yeah, don't you wish you had debug keys? Yeah, which lets you hang on ceilings, equivalent to the axe. So these aren't actually spoilers, but they're not all default for the weapon. You do have to get some of them. So obviously, ceiling hang is not going to be something that you start with. Oh, and she has pole vault, which is less useful out here because there's invisible collision that I forgot about. Yeah. Oh, never mind. She doesn't have that one yet. I'm not done with a bunch of stuff for spear. But yeah, so like both block and counter help you in a lot of places. Let me get my keys right. There we go. So depending on what level, I wanted to show you that because depending on what level the enemies are, you can still block. Like you won't take the full damage, but it starts the fight. And if they're that much higher than you, you also can't counter. So this will be a lot more apparent when we get to the final game. I just had to like pick enemies to make higher level because we have 3. So that was the 3. And as for, I guess this is pretty much the end. So I was also going to show one tiny thing that we haven't shown anyone yet. Because, you know, Anime Expo panel and all that. So, if you're ready, let me have a mouse cursor. You don't have to count, this is normal. You can, though. Oh yeah, so, here we go. So, this is the other thing that we added to make it much more apparent what's going on. So I gave myself a power boost, so those enemies are now lower level than me, so they're upset. Right, so if I punch them, I now don't get in a fight. If they hit me, I do, but if I attack them, then we tried to communicate this in the prototype after you got the axe, and that was not very well communicated, so now I hope this makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, the thing I wanted to show off wasn't that. Is upgraded counter. Yeah, so is upgraded counter. Oh, I killed all those guys already? Man. Yeah. Also, you get air counter, which is moderately obvious. Whoops. And I'm bad at it. All right, come on. Yeah. So, I mean, you can guess what the next upgrade after that is based on the 2 I just showed you, but I'm not going to show you that one.
What about, did you want to show the boss?
Oh, yeah. So, also, bare hand starts with slide, and then the upgrade to slide is slide jump, which is one of your first Hiroka things. Oh, you want me to like? Oh, okay, sure. That means do this. She wanted me to do something very specific, so let me do it. Yeah, we have to care about secrets on this game because
Yeah, that text is to keep us from showing something we're not supposed to.
yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do, but that's to keep other people from doing it. All right, so. Yeah, so just to point it out, I guess we're done.
What?
Okay.
What?
That wasn't supposed to happen. Just to point it out, there aren't any specific, like, you can't do this to the boss in this game, because I hate that stuff in RPGs. It might be less effective, but you can do it. Oh, that's actually a thing I skipped, which, if you know me, is common. All right, so I'll do it to the boss this time. All right, so for those of you who didn't know, Razmi had slow in the prototype, which was down attack. So now it has an effect, and it has palette effects, and you can boost it by doing it multiple times. And we actually have like a full status effects system now, so he's not going to go for like 10 seconds. 'Cause
And then he went immediately.
yeah, so this was one of the other things that was very poorly communicated in the prototype because we didn't have time to finish it, but we totally finished it. So, yeah.
That brings up a
effects.
good point. We don't want you guys to hold back on your feedback, positive or negative. We want this game to be as good as it can be, and we've never really been the type of studio to just shy away from negative feedback. So if you have something that you really don't like, there's a sub-forum on Skullheart that you can go post in. I think we're at some point going to have dedicated Indivisible forum going. But you're welcome to tweet us or email us and say, hey, I really didn't like this part. Are you guys gonna fix that? And we probably are, but yeah, don't hesitate to let us know. Please come by the booth and yell at me if you want. That's all good.
Yeah, I'm just proud of this because like a full status effect system is not easy. But now we can do haste and poison and everything else that you expect out of an RPG. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's right, applaud.